Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor. Today we're doing another coaching session for League of Legends patch 9.5. We're looking at a Poppy support game. So special thanks to Jolty for the generous donation. As always, we appreciate it. If you would like a coaching session yourself, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. We can set that up. It's just $20 for off stream, $25 for on stream if you're a channel member. It's $5 off, so $20 and then $15. You can become a channel member. There's a link in the description if you want to support. It's like a Twitch sub. I just run it through PayPal or through the YouTube membership systems. I don't stream on Twitch yet. Might in the future. Yeah, you can sign up for that. It's just $5 a month to get access to our weekly member-only games. On Sunday, we just play some normals, have a good time, try out a bunch of different champions. It's a good chance to just sort of get on stream, you know, get some recognition, have some fun. And then you'll also get the discount on the coaching sessions and guides, get access to our members-only Discord, and a couple other perks. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in supporting. And let's go ahead and get in here. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. It does help other people find it. And if you want to watch more coaching sessions, I'll have a playlist linked in the description. I think this is going to be about the 160th or so coaching session. I can't remember offhand. But there's a ton of stuff there if you want to try to learn. I am a support main, but I can coach for any role as long as you understand I'm a support main. So I'll do the research, you know, I'll do the best that I can with matchups, but I can always help out with macro and giving you a fresh perspective and things like that. Okay. I would probably take Aftershock on Poppy support. Your E does displace him. That counts as, I believe that counts as a hard CC, even if you don't pin him into a wall. It'll be a pretty tough matchup because you don't offer that much like pressure to help the Jhin out, and Lucian's probably going to outscale him a lot of the times. And I mean, like, Poppy is pretty good into Recon, but in terms of like just forcing a farm off, so we've got that going for us, I suppose. You do stop Lucian from dashing also, which is okay. I guess if you E in and then turn on your W, you can lock them down, because most of them are probably going to try to dash out of it. Yeah, keep trying to pressure Lucian every time your buff goes up. Yeah, try to grab that buckler whenever you can. I think, doesn't that reduce the cooldown on your ranged attack? Pretty sure it does. It's been a while since I played Poppy. Okay, they're all chasing top. We haven't seen Hecarim yet. I don't know exactly what his... He didn't show up to that skirmish top side, though, so there's a decent chance he's bot side. They're getting some incremental advantages here. Yeah, okay, he had to buy, so... And it's on a non-cannon wave, too. Okay. He missed a little bit, not a ton, but... Let's try to speed this up a little bit here. Pin. Okay, never mind. He's here. You gotta run. Okay, nice. That was a good block. Pin him. You push him back. Did you use your E in that fight? Okay, let me go back and see this. I feel like you could have knocked somebody away there. Okay, yeah, there's Hecarim. Slow us down. I would have pinned him right there. Probably like knocked him away this way. Like after you stunned him there, I would have, if you could pin him into the wall, that's great, but at least push him away. Because then you would have kind of been heading back, you know, towards your base anyways, but it would have sort of pushed him off to the side. And then that way, like, you just use your flash and Jin doesn't have to flash as likely. Or he might even be able to get out there. When it's right here, you could push him away too, but that's a lot riskier because then you're going straight into their team. So I think trying to push him like to the side, especially if you can pin into the wall there for the stun, could have potentially saved him. I would have tried to E something in there. But yeah, Hecarim just kind of ran right into your your W. Run out of here. I think you just rotate back bottom. I don't think you gain a lot. Hit him into the wall. You gotta pin people for sure. Poppy, it wasn't on cooldown there, was it? Like you need to that always needs to be on your mind. Just anytime anyone's anywhere close to a wall, you need to be thinking like, can I pin him? And I think you had an opportunity to pin the Rakan, either the Rakan or the Maokai. The Rakan would have been great. Right there, pin the Maokai. And then he would not have been able to do that Q backwards. I think after Hecarim runs away, I think the play's dead, so I probably would just back up at that point. You can use it on creeps, you just can't use it on your own creeps if you're trying to escape with the E, but yeah, you can't use it just out of nowhere. You can try to escape off your own creeps with it though. What are you getting? Ooh, no, definitely relic. Like you have to upgrade your relic shield first, 100%. At least to tier 2, and probably like any relic shield user, you really need to get to the tier 3 relic shield usually really quickly because you get extra charges. It's one of the only items that actually gives you more gold in the long run if you upgrade it. Like Coin and Spell Thief, it's the same amount. If it's tier 2 or tier 3. But with Relic, you get that 4th charge that saves up, and you can execute it at a higher threshold. And you get a faster attack when you execute it. And you get health, and CDR. And more regen. So it's like, it's by far the best one. I mean, that's part of why pros, it's not the whole reason they go tanks in pro meta, but like that's the best warding item to level up all the way. And you get the 4th ward. So yeah, I would probably boots and then start working towards that. You know, another option might be like Knight's Vow or something. Okay, forgot you weren't doing Poppy Top. Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, the Aegis stuff is usually... What are you even getting? Locket or something? I can't even think what you would want that for. That doesn't go into Zeke's. I don't think that goes into Zeke's. It doesn't. I know it's Glacial Shroud. Oh. Does it go into Zeke's? I'm not even sure if Zeke's is like... I don't remember Poppy's cooldown. Isn't her ult cooldown like 140? Yeah, it's 140 seconds. It's okay for Zeke's, but... I wouldn't immediately think Zeke's with Poppy, but I mean, maybe. Might just go Knight's Vow, and then maybe, yeah, sometimes people like to send losing games, sometimes people like to send winning games. It just depends. I mean, you can learn different things from each one. You know, with winning games, sometimes you can learn, like, how to push harder, like how you could have closed out the game faster. Losing games, obviously, you can find, like, you know, major mistakes that you made that maybe caused it. But... Like, the problem with something like Poppy, I know people love Poppy on the channel, but, you know, one of the major things is, like, if you fall behind or whatever, like, it's just really hard to make stuff happen. Like, you can kind of peel, but that's a problem with peeler tanks in general in solo queue under, like, you know, Challenger, is, like, the Toms, the Braums, Poppy, stuff that can't, like, comfortably, like, make high percentage, like, hard engaged plays. It's really hard to, like, keep up. Because, like, the enchanters are just going to outscale you. They're going to have way bigger stats than you. They're going to be stronger in team fights, but, like, some tanks can make up for that by having really strong engage, like Alistar, Thread, Blitzcrank. You know, they can start fights. Then stats don't matter if somebody dies, you know, in 3 seconds, right? It doesn't matter how much healing and shielding. If they die, right? Healing and shielding champs want longer fights. So that's the issue, is like the peeler tanks usually can't start fights very well, and they just like try to peel in team fights. So these are like the peeler tanks like Poppy, they're like, they can be pretty good into the hard engaged champs. Like a Rakan to an extent, but at the same time, it can feel like you don't have as much agency in the game. You don't have the raw stat power, and you don't have the ability to make as many plays. So you can, like, counter plays, but then you're kind of putting it, like, you know, you're kind of putting your fate in the enemy's hands to an extent. And I like Tom. I've played Tom a lot. I mean, he's definitely a quintessential peeler tank. I played him a ton in Season 6 especially, but... So hopefully you figure out Relic Shield, right? Okay, yes. Alright, you gotta figure it out. Yeah, close games are usually advisable, Carlos, but, you know, once again, it just depends. Sometimes people, like, lose. You know, they just want to show me impossible games, like, what could I have done to increase my percentage chance to win, or, like, they don't understand why they lost, or, sometimes people just like to show stuff they did super well in, just to donate to help the channel and just to show off a game that they're really proud of, and that's fine too. I mean, the #1 reason I think that a lot of people donate, and like that you should donate in any way to support something like this, is like to help the content creator, right? Just because you enjoy their channel, you like their content, you like their community, whatever. and then you want some additional sort of help on the side kind of thing. Because most people that, I coach that I'm donating to, aren't aspiring pro players, right? It's people that enjoy the game, play it for fun, want to get a little bit better at it, but I think a large part of the motivation, I hope, is at least to just kind of support the content creator too, so. Ooh, did you have W? Did you use it? Let me go back and look. Yeah, you gotta... You can't use that just to run away. Because as soon as Rakan sees that, that's on cooldown, he's going to go on you. Like, you have to have that up, or you're super vulnerable. What's the limit? It depends on the champion. I think the standard is 300 max damage on percentage. Like, percentage max health stuff. But I think it's 300 typically. But it might vary from champion to champion, but I think it's 300. It usually says it on the skill. Okay, he's kind of into that one. Huh. Hey, thanks, Carlos. I appreciate it. I know. I just explain it because sometimes people are like, why would you, they'll ask people on the channel, or they'll ask me, or they'll ask the person rhetorically in the game, well, why are you donating for that game? Like, that's a troll pick, or that's a normal game. Why would you donate for that? Or, why would you donate for X type of game? Or whatever. Or why would you donate to the strategy professor, to try to help you with your jungle games instead of donating, trying to get a challenger level player to help you out? It's like, well, could be several reasons for that, but I think one of the major reasons is sometimes people just want to, support the channel. They just, get a little something, get a little extra advice. I mean, obviously a challenger level player is going to be, as an example, if I coach something that's off-roll, like a challenger jungler is going to be better, way better at the game than I am, especially in jungler, but they're probably going to charge a lot more, and they may not have the background and education to explain stuff well. They might, but that could be a thing to consider. They might cost more, they might have it. And, for a lot of people, if you're a silver jungler, you don't need a challenger telling you how to jungle most of the time. Like, you probably need to work on much more fundamental stuff. It's like trying to hire someone with a Harvard degree to teach your high school chemistry class. Like, you don't need that necessarily, right? In fact, the high school professor may not be as good as someone who just has a bachelor's in chemistry that's your high school teacher, because teaching is a separate skill from, like, anything else. Just because you're good at something doesn't mean you can teach it. And just because you can teach it doesn't mean you're the best in the world at it. Anyways. How did you get involved in that? Sorry, I got caught up talking in the chat. You can check out the stream, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you want to drop by, ask questions, have a conversation. Pull this back one more time. Guess we're just defending. Yeah, y'all got to let this tower go. If you wanted to make that play, you needed to pin the Malachi into the tower first right there. But he's so tanky, I don't even know. No. Once you knock him out, it's done. Like, the play's dead. Yeah. If you wanted to do that play, you needed to pin the Malachi immediately when you got the angle on him. And then definitely once you knock everybody away, like, you just got to let them die. Because as a peeler tank like that, especially something like Poppy, you're not getting out. If you go in, and that's a huge danger of playing just a lot of tanks in general. Many of them have a hard time escaping because they have to get so close to do all their skills, right? And so if the fight turns south, you're going to die if you go in. So you have to be much, much more careful about trying to help allies, and you got to have a real sort of keen sense of when it's a bad fight and when it's not. You know, if you're Nami, a lot of times you can roll up and like throw a wave, you know, at 725 range and still maybe influence the fight, maybe save somebody, but you're not fully committing. A lot of times you can still get away, you know, or if you're Janna or something, you can run up and shield somebody, but you don't have to fully commit to the fight. Or like Rakan, you know, you can run in and shield somebody, but you can probably get back out too. So, but like if you're Alistar, if you're Braum, if you're Poppy, something like that, and you go in and commit to a fight and it goes south, you're gonna die. So, yeah, you gotta. That's another tough part in solo queue, is like it's just so disjointed and random. A lot of the engages, it's just one more thing that tanks have going against them, especially in kind of the lower brackets, right? If you're like gold and lower. Yeah, try to get up more vision here. Like, see if you can put, when you were over there, see if you could put something in the pixel push. Okay. I would retreat out of this. This is looking bad. No. Just try to. Vlad's starting to take over this game.
Shut down.
Guys a pretty good little escape. Pin him. Pin him into the wall. Oh, you gotta pin him, man. Y'all had him. If you just pinned him, you gotta really work on that E. Like, that's the main thing about Poppy, you know, is that pin. It's like a 1.5 second stun. Almost 2 second stun. You're actually leveling up your pin second, so you definitely have to do it. I feel like I would level Steadfast Presence second, but maybe that's wrong, but that's like your marquee, like, super powerful ability, and I feel like you want that off cooldown a lot. I think it lowers the cooldown as you put more points into it, and it gives you more resists. So yeah, just always be looking for those walls. Pin him. I probably just pinned the Maokai once he was right here just to stall for the rest of your team. Does a pretty good chunk of damage too, not a ton, but yeah, it's like 200 damage. I mean, it's not a lot, but whoa, why would she smite it? I don't know. Whoa, why is she attacking so fast? What? She got Rage Blade. What? I mean, I guess that works with denting blows, sort of. Seems bad, but yeah, I would not have committed to that probably. You didn't have Vi. You gotta always look at that mini-map. A pretty good pin. I mean, Kassadin is kind of coming online. That was a nice save. Yeah, no, attack speed's bad on Vi. They changed her denting blows. Like, whenever she procs denting blows, she gets an additional, like, cooldown on her shield now. So if she does proc it a lot, she does get more shields. I could see there being, like, a Night Blue all-caps video about attack speed, Gensu's Rageblade Vi, but I don't know if there is. But I'm just saying, it's an interaction that works better now than it has in the past on this specific patch. But I still think it's bad. Because, yeah, like, historically, you want to get in there and just, like, one-shot somebody as Vi. Now, they did nerf that aspect of her build, though. I think they nerfed her AD ratios and her damage and the cooldown on her ult. But they gave her more survivability with her shield, I think. I don't know why this guy thinks he's going to kill Malachi. I guess if Lucian sits there and watches, maybe. I feel like this is going to be a bait. Where's Hecker? There he is. Okay, that was a nice stop. Okay, you might be able to kill Heckram. He looks like he's made of paper. Yeah, he doesn't have any defense yet. Yeah, the all-capsers. Gotta watch out for those all-capsers, man. They'll get you. Tabloids of League of Legends. Kassadin's getting pretty big. Like, y'all can win through Kassadin, but you gotta pick good fight. This is a bad fight. You don't have two people here. No. Run. 3v5. It's 3v5. You don't have Vi. You don't have Garen. They have hard engage with Rakan and Malachi. Like, yeah, they're gonna get Baron off that, probably. Yeah, I would have just pinged back a million times and just left. If they want to die, just let them die. I mean, that's probably one of the most important things that you have to try to master as support. And I don't do it well all the time either. I mess this up too. But you just got to learn how to let dumb allies die, especially if you're playing a tank, like, or you're just going to end up with 10 deaths every game.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Okay, they're going to try to probably neck or inhib and then Baron. I mean, I would ping people back if you have time and then leave. I mean, Lev was right about the communication earlier. Like, communication is key. Sometimes in a really hot fight, you know, like in a gank situation, you can't ping everything that you need to ping. But like most of the time, you know, you have time to ping. If you're not actively in a fight.
Shut down.
Guess if you're all tank. Lethal tempo. Yeah, I'm not sold on that build. I mean, maybe Conqueror or something if you want to go a build like that. I don't know. Yeah, pin. Oh my. Oh, if you pinned him into that wall, y'all had him. Now he's going to have Rakan and everyone's here. Yeah, I think you all could have picked off that Malachi if you just pinned him. Nah, you may have saved him there with that one. And you pushed him away from the Vi. Yeah, so let me pull this up here. Like right here, when he walks along this wall, pinned right there, and he would have died. Probably. It would have kept him a little bit further away from the Rakan. He would not have been able to heal. He would have been stunned, so he couldn't cast his abilities and auto attack. Like right here, peeling off your 80 carry, like pinning him into the wall there would have also been good. Getting the angle here. But yeah, don't push him away right there. Maybe you thought you could pin him into this corner. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that saved him. If you want to like look for that play, like at least wait until he like rounds this corner and is trying to go through here, and then maybe you could pin him against this wall or maybe this wall if you could get the angle. Or like when they tried to like go through here, you could pin him into this because they'd probably try to cut through here like they did. And if you were on them, just wait until they get to right here and then pin them, like right there. Just keep peeling back. Wait on the Vi. I mean, I did do quite a bit of damage. She got blown up, but don't ever take Spirit Visage if you don't have a heal. So many people do that. It's like, take Adaptive Helm. It's so much better against champions like Vlad. Okay. He should be able to get away. Yeah, I think splitting with Vlad is probably okay. So if he's gone, though, you all need to not fight middle. No. Ping Jin back. No. Don't go over here with him. He can escape, you can't. Yeah, I think you're dead. Well, you got the pin there at least, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you're dead. You all don't have Vi. It's 4v5. Yeah, you can't follow him over there, man. He's, like, he could just jump over a wall and get away. Like, it's not that risky for him to try to get that blue, but it's like super risky for you to be there if you don't have that jump. Yeah, I think they just end it here. Okay, or they don't. No, like Poppy shouldn't be there at all. It's not about Poppy face checking. I'm not sure where you are in the video, but like around that blue area, like Poppy should not have even been anywhere close to that. You should just be middle, hanging out with your team, maybe trying to help wave clear or something, get some wards up, you know, in their jungle. Like your team comp doesn't make a lot of sense in general, but I think that like trying to split push with either Garen or Kassadin, like y'all shouldn't be trying to 5v5 them. You should be getting vision, and then Kassadin should try to pick people off in transit. But I think they just destroy you in team fights with Vlad and Malachi. See what you did here. Did you pin anybody? Over here. Okay, kind of disrupting. Yeah, you didn't pin into a wall, but you gotta look for these walls. Wall pins if you can. Kassadin's pretty much out of mana though. It's an issue. That's probably it. Yeah, I think if you, I mean, you were like soaking up a lot of hits from 3 of them, but I think if you just tried to play around the Kassadin more, like if you stayed over here to this fight with the Vi and the Kassadin, I would have stuck with those two. But anyways, okay, that's going to be it for this video. I'm pretty sure, right? Okay. So yeah, I think that early on, like you said, you kind of forgot you were support Poppy. You know, make sure that you get that Targon's Brace. Try to complete that faster. Look for those pins. You know, we mentioned that a lot. You know, just always try to pin people into walls if you can. Hold on to your W to try to stop like movement speed stuff. Like, don't use it just to try to run away a lot of times, but hold it for those clutch moments, right? When like Hecarim's trying to like charge in. It won't stop his ult, but it does stop his Q or his E, I think, as we saw. You know, it stops Lucian, so if you can get in Lucian's face and then use it on him, he can't dash away. It stops Rakan. So you had a lot of opportunities there. I think what you went Zeke's. I would have probably just gone something like Redemption, honestly. Like, just probably Locket Redemption or Knight's Vow. I feel like Zeke just doesn't do a lot with Poppy because you don't want to use her ult. I mean, I guess you can use it proactively to try to knock people out of the fight, but it's usually like a reactive ult, and it's on kind of a longer cooldown. And Jhin wasn't really your carry. He wasn't doing that much that game. You know, I mean, your team shouldn't have been team fighting to begin with, but like Redemption and Locket are so good in team fights. I think Knight's Vow, putting that on the Kassadin would have been a good call too. Yeah, I feel like the Zeke's with like Poppy's ult just doesn't feel like it's amazing. Yeah, we'll play this Rocket game now, Ed. But anyway, so I think those are the biggest things. Just look for the pin, save your sort of movement, your W to try to stop movement as much as possible. Don't get caught. Don't get baited into tough fights. Look at your mini-map. If someone's doing something dumb, just let them die. And then maybe consider getting another team fight item, like a Redemption, or if you think you're going to split push more, maybe Knight's Vow. I just don't think you're going to get a lot of I mean, like, Zeke's is good, but I don't know. I felt like there could have been potentially some better choices there. But Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Anyone else that'd like a coaching session out there that's watching this, you can email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. If you want to watch more coaching sessions, you can look in the description. I'll have a link to a playlist. This is like the 160th or so coaching sessions. There's tons of stuff there to watch. Check out the rest of the content on the channel as well. We have lots of guides. I do tier lists for support, 80 carry, and usually jungle. Every patch. Stream starting around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, usually till about 1:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, usually for between 4 to 5 hours. So come by, check it out. We have an awesome, fun community. It's a good time. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. It does help other people find it. Lets you know when I release new videos. And I'll see you next time. Have a great day.